Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Zeke from A to Zeke Sports, and we're back with another episode. And today, we will be breaking down UFC 264. It's an exciting matchup between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier, and that should be a very exciting matchup. And today, I have a special guest on the channel. It's our combat sports analyst from the channel. He has experience in the sport. He competed in many international wrestling events, including the Pan Am Championships, and competed in 2 Olympic trials, and he's an All-American as well. So welcome Timothy Dernlan to the channel, and we'll have a great time discussing this fight today. Welcome, Tim.
Thanks for having me on, Zeke. Your videos keep getting better and better, and it's always a pleasure to be on your show. This is going to be an exciting night with these 2 guys fighting, right?
Yeah, it should be. Both of them are the same age. They're both 32 years old, and this is the 3rd fight between them. And so you've watched the film on how it's went.
Yeah, so it's 1-1, right? They've both knocked each other out, and the only difference in the stats, at least for their weight, their height, is their reach. McGregor has a 2-inch reach advantage, and they're both the same age. So do you think that's going to play a factor in tonight's fight?
I do think it will, but I think what it's key for McGregor is his leg attacks. In the first fight, which was way back in 2014, between those two, it was just a year after McGregor went pro, and of course he got big really quickly and was one of the biggest fighters in the sport. And both matches were really hyped up, but the first one was a big deal, and he came out very aggressive, and he had a lot of kicks and leg attacks, and attacked Poirier early, and was able to wear him down on the head. And when he got too close, Poirier is really good closer, and so he did a good job keeping his distance, unlike the second fight where he got taken advantage of. He had less attacks in the second fight, which was 6 years after the first fight, so both of them were older. They're both 32 years old now, but McGregor didn't do as many leg attacks. He tried to box more, got him close. Poirier, I think, would be a more skilled boxer. He wore down his front leg. McGregor wasn't checking any of the leg kicks, and eventually his legs got tired because he was beating on
those leg kicks. They wear you out in a hurry.
Yeah, and so he was able to knock him out. So both of them have knocked him out. Neither have gone the distance. Both have been pretty quick fights. So what are your thoughts?
I'm wondering, you said that McGregor got big in a hurry. Do you think his personality and showmanship is bigger and better than his actual skills? Or do you think his skills are better? We're getting a little off topic, but I'm curious. He's got great skills. He's got great showmanship. Which do you think he's better at? His actual skills or his selling of the fight?
Well, I tell you, he does a great job promoting himself, but a lot of the time he does perform. There has been times where he's been the champion of the sport. Right now he's ranked 5th in his weight class. Poirier's actually
Poirier's first, yeah.
He's number 1 now. Although Poirier's never won a championship like McGregor, so honestly between them two, McGregor does have more accolades. So I can say that he's a very skilled fighter, but he does do an excellent job promoting himself, which is one of the reasons why Poirier took this fight instead of a chance for a championship, which he's never won. So he was able to take this fight, which of course is going to make a lot of money, because any McGregor fight does make a lot of money.
You got to feed your family. Yeah, this is huge. Did you watch any of the weigh-ins? I watched a little bit of the weigh-ins. And
I did. McGregor's...
Oh, it was sold out.
McGregor does seem to be more... The second fight, he did seem more relaxed, and maybe not as much of like the expressiveness that we've seen from him, and maybe he almost took it too lightly, but we're back at he's trash-talking Poirier, telling him that he's going to come in and knock him out. He's almost expressing him so much that I want to believe him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I took it a little differently than you. I think he was trying to be Conor McGregor. I think he's lost a little bit of his edge, and he was trying to be himself. So I think I'm kind of hitting it maybe where I'm going with this prediction. I think that McGregor is trying to be Conor McGregor rather than actually being Conor McGregor. I think once he started taking these sideshow fights with Mayweather, and now he's trying to get with Pacquiao to fight, I think he just got a little distracted, and he's just not as focused on winning titles. I mean, you got to feed your family. I don't have any problem with that, and but because of all that, I'm going to have to go with my local guy from right over in Louisiana, Poirier.
Okay,
So-
that is a good take, but I just almost feel like he's just expressed himself so well, and I do feel like losing this fight did give him a little bit of an edge. Like,
Like a chip on his shoulder to come back?
I don't know. I can't see inside his head. I can't read his mind. I don't know what he's thinking. Like, he is 22-5. He's been at the top of the sport at one time. So you could be right. He could just be out.
I want to pick McGregor. I really do. I want to pick McGregor. Listen, neither one of them are my type of guy. I never liked the trash talking. I just like the humble guys that come in and get the job done. I want to pick McGregor. I want him to win, but
I think
I'm going against him on this one.
Even though
Who are you picking?
I'll get to that. In
All
just a
right,
second.
all right.
But one thing that plays a factor. He did look a little bit tired, like his legs got tired in the second
In fight two, yeah.
Yeah, and this is the first time that he's had 2 fights in 1 year since 2016. So it's been 5 years since he's actually had 2 fights in 1 year. So he could be tired because they just fought back in January at the Fight Island.
He can recover from that, though. I mean, it's already it's been 6 months. Maybe that means he's a little sharper. Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know. So I do think this is at 157. That should be their weight class.
Yep, they were they were both a pound apart, right? So they were both right close to the weight
there.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
So, do you think it's going to go to the ground? I think that with the third fight, it's going to be extreme. It's either going to be a crazy action right off the bat or super slow because they know each other so well now that they're just going to slow down. Sometimes you see that in the third fight where they just know each other so well that they have lots and lots of defense and they can prevent each other's attacks. Poirier had that good right hand. I mean, that was catching McGregor a lot.
He did. McGregor needs to make sure he does. He's more of like a jiu-jitsu fighter. He's got more leg attacks and stuff like that. I think if he can utilize that, because once he got close and tried to outbox Poirier, he really can't because Poirier is just stronger inside.
And it's not like his right hand was that quick. He just was just catching him. So. But so you think McGregor needs to stay at a distance?
Yes, and I do think when he's on bottom fighting against Poirier, I think that got exhausted a little bit.
Okay.
Because Poirier took him down early the second fight and brought him right to the edge of the octagon, and that kind of caught McGregor off guard because he was fighting actually pretty well. He was staying relaxed. But I think if McGregor is the aggressor and keeps Poirier at a distance and can attack him with his leg attacks, like I said, I think that could be the key for McGregor winning this fight. Because I don't think McGregor's quite over the hill yet. Because he looked like a solid fighter. Still had tremendous skill. I just think he still has a chance.
All right.
Even though Poirier is the favorite by 130, or that's the odds.
Is that the odds now? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm starting to be able to tell where you're leaning. I don't know if the A to Zeke Nation can tell, but they can probably tell where you're starting to lean.
I think I'm going to pick Conor McGregor.
Are you really?
I really am. I think he's going to come in to this third fight. I think he's even catching people off guard because Poirier even was telling people similar to something that you said. Like, oh, he's just pretending to be the old Conor McGregor. He's not, but I think that's going to catch everyone off guard. We're going to see a refocused Conor McGregor, I think, in this fight, and he'll make it very interesting. I think this could go the distance. I think he could wear Poirier down late and get him maybe in the 4th round. I think if he can wear him down.
So you think there will be a stoppage? Or do you think it'll go the distance?
I don't think there'll be a stoppage in this fight.
Okay.
If there will be a stoppage, I think it'll be later.
Okay.
Maybe when both of them are worn down and McGregor could catch him with something. Maybe in like the 4th round.
So do you think either one of them will do a feeling out first round? Or do you think they're both going to try and take that first round to take the advantage? Or do you think they're going to wait for a stoppage?
I think McGregor honestly would have more of a feeling out round where Poirier comes out swinging because he's going to have much more confidence. I think his confidence is built so much after that McGregor win and how he's elevated as a fighter and now considered one of the best in UFC.
All right.
So,
All right. Hey, this is getting me excited. It's getting me excited for the fight tonight.
yeah, it should be a great fight to watch.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. All right, so I'm saying that McGregor is just trying to act like the old Conor McGregor and that some of his money fights have distracted him, and you're saying
I think he's back.
You're saying he's back. So what are you saying?
I think that that loss, where he knew he was ready for it, but just a couple things he could have changed, he knows that he can beat Poirier easily, like he knocked him out in the first round of their fight. But Poirier, of course, has gotten so much better. So
7 years ago, he knocked him out.
7 years ago. He's now 27-6,
Yeah.
ranked first in this weight class. McGregor's still 22-5. So they both have solid records. Both of course, very skilled fighters. So,
Hey, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that, as always, your predictions usually come true. And you're a man.
As of late,
You're a man of you're a man of integrity. You go on and admit when you missed them, but your predictions are usually pretty spot on. So I hope you prove me wrong. Because I'd like to see McGregor win. I'd like to see McGregor win.
All right. So any last words? Any comments you want to say about?
No, this has been fun. I really appreciate you having me on this guest. Hey, congratulations on being over 100 subscribers.
Thank you.
And I think let's try and hit that 200, 250 mark here in the next couple months. So, hey, get all your friends to subscribe to this. We got a good thing going on here with A to Zeke Sports, and the video quality I've noticed is getting better and better, and you're really honing in. I'm enjoying watching them a lot lately. So, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for having me on, and I'm looking forward to a fight night. We need to go pop some popcorn.
All right, let's do it. And always, of course, once we have more exciting fights, I'll have you back on our fighting analyst on the channel.
Triple G.
Triple G.
Triple G fights, when he gets boxing again, have me on.
All right, sounds good. So thank you again for having me on the channel. We'll catch you guys all in the next one. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to A to Zeke Sports so you guys don't miss out on any A to Zeke action. We'll see you at the fight.